Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we have more on Fat Joe's new album and also the song that features Eminem. The track list that you can find on Apple Music at the moment reveals that the song with Eminem also features Mary J. Blige titled Lord Above. And the first thing you'd notice about the song right off the bat is that it is indeed the longest song on the album, perfect for Eminem to do his thing. Something you also notice, Eminem on the same album with Cardi B, and I'm sure some of you guys will have a thing or two to say about that, and I'd love to read more on that in the comment section. So Fat Joe sat and spoke about the album in a recent video, which is where he talked about how the Eminem collaboration came to fruition. Now Fat Joe starts off the conversation about the album and talks about how this new album from his point of view is gonna be a classic. Something like Dr. Dre's Chronic 2020 is how he looks at it, and he moved on to say something I respect. Fat Joe added that in regards to music, when it is fire, even if you're a hater. And how he explained it is this, and I quote him here: "When I had beef with 50 Cent at the prime of the beef, no pun intended, and he came out with I Get Money, I was in the corner dancing. Well, I can't argue with that. That song will make even those that hate hip-hop music move to the beat. It's just straight facts." About the features on the album, Fat Joe added that it is all connected and well placed, and I quote him here: "You got features that lead to other songs, and right when you hear Eminem and think you had enough, somebody else comes on and you'll be like, wait a minute, that's such and such, you know, very Chronic-ish." Now just before Fat Joe talked about how Eminem appeared on the album, this dude was the one who brought up the Eminem questions about how Fat Joe made it happen with Eminem before Fat Joe elaborated. Now why did I point this out, you may ask? Well, this guy is apparently Billboard's hip-hop editor, so if you've been wondering why Billboard has been trying to bury Eminem in the current decade, depending on how long he's been with them, he's had a hand in it one way or the other. That's dependent on if he's been with them for a while now. But here he is in this interview trying to steer the conversation towards Eminem, while Billboard even this year had to change the rules to their decades list just to take out Eminem from their decades top 5. And for hip-hop, they even ranked the likes of Trey Songz over Eminem. Sure, he had a hand in that at least, since that was quite recent, and they know deep down the power of Eminem, hence the motive to steer the conversation for more Eminem info. Billboard claimed Eminem was blaming everyone except himself with Kamikaze, yet we have their staff here, the hip-hop editor, trying to squeeze out more info about a quote-unquote irrelevant artist. Before we move on to Fat Joe's response, remember to hit the like button if you haven't. Shout out to those who hit it before watching the entire video, and if you're new here, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss a video. I'll quote Fat Joe's answer on how he got Eminem on the album, given the history between the two, since you know before Dr. Dre, Fat Joe passed up the chance to sign Eminem 6 times, and he's described this as his biggest regret. Fat Joe said, "I've always been a big supporter of Eminem. I've always been a huge fan. You know, I've been teasing, telling people that this is my last album and I'm about to retire. And then heard it and it was like, yo, I gotta get on this joint." So now you know that Eminem wasn't about to pass up the chance to make an appearance on the Fat Joe album before he retires, and it's great to see how things have turned out between all of them, including Fat Joe and 50 Cent, and Fat Joe even went to Shade 45 to talk about Eminem's Boss on the song they have together, adding that it is the most disrespectful song on the album. He also said that we haven't heard Eminem rhyme like he did on the track for years, so rather than giving fans some water to quench the thirst, Fat Joe decides to turn up the heat. How excited are you guys for Fat Joe's album dropping in a few hours on a scale of 1 to 10? And just to give you guys a heads up, no matter how amazing the song sounds, expect many people on social media to trash the song because it is Eminem. Keep that in mind heading into the weekend. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.